All right, we are back.
Yeah.
Long time in the making, but it is back. It is the EU4 Dev Clash. I am DDRJake.
Yeah, and I'm Groogy.
Groogy is with me here, right?
Yeah.
What do we got here? We've got 130.
Yeah.
We can say it right.
Yeah, Emperor.
Okay,
Emperor.
okay, good.
People know what Emperor is.
Okay, good. 130. Emperor.
Yeah.
Dev Clash. We got all these Paradoxians, and I think the carnage is going to be unfolding.
Yeah.
It's been a lot of carnage welling up. And the country selection here, everyone's been jammed into Western Central Europe. Now, do you have anything to do with this allocation?
Yes. So essentially, we wanted to have a balanced start.
Okay.
No, but
that's why we have like a Lubeck and a France.
Yes. Though, like we've placed people according to like how good we think they are as well. So you have. Kaiser Joe and in Florence, for instance, and Wiz in Papal States, so they're gonna go at each other's throat. I already know this for a fact. And then you have Daniel in Daniel in Aragon and Alex Ivan in France.
Yeah. So things are set as a bit of a tinderbox here, right? We know there's going to be fighting. In fact, Daniel himself was here not 5 minutes ago going, war, biggest war you'll ever see in a dev clash on the first session, and it's going to happen. And he's like banging the drums of war. I think he's doing that because I've heard France and Castile maybe in cahoots, and you know, maybe Portugal and Aragon don't like that.
So the Alliance Network, because I'm also supposed to be playing, but Joan is subbing for me now. The Alliance Network, as I know it, is Castile, France, and Burgundy are allies. And they're meddling in Italy, I think. And then you have Aragon, Portugal, Morocco, and I think Savoy as well.
So Kaiser Johann, right, and I know he's a bit of a favourite for some of the people watching. He's over in Florence. What's your estimation how things will pan out for him there? Because he's a very aggressive and very good player.
So from what I understand, he's actually allied Venice.
Oh.
So essentially you have this divide in Italy where it's Papal States, Milan, versus Venice and Florence, and then it's all up to who can curry favor with the emperor.
God, I love that glow that comes in. But here's the big threat, right? Wissington himself has returned. And okay, he's a very accomplished player. He's good at the game, but he is a master of diplomacy. Like that man can pull deals out that I could not even conceive.
Yeah.
And on top of everything else, he's playing as the Papal State in the update that
he has quite a bunch of new tools as well. We haven't covered them in Dev Diary yet, so but you're probably gonna see him actually using some of the new papal mechanics.
We're being asked if we can turn off the sound of that.
Oh, but then we're not gonna hear money. Oh, did you see the alliance, Papal States and Austria?
What is this? So the Papal States getting together with Austria, Milano, and Siena. Right, let's visualize what's going on here. Now, I'm just naturally going to accredit all these things to Wiz when Alliance networks come together like this, but there's something going on, almost like he's entrapping the rest of the Italian players. Hurry up, the Pope has a plane ticket to the Baltic ready to go, says Kaiser. Oh, man. We got the game pause, probably trying to increase the game speed at the moment.
Yeah, we have a lot of people playing from home, so that might be causing...
We're also being asked for in-game music. We can can oblige that. All right, there's going to be a lot to cover, and there's obviously a lot of nations in here. We're going to take it as we come, but if war breaks out, we're going to be jumping on that war. And again, Daniel has promised us the big wars. First thing is, and this is close to me, we have a Scotland and an England. I can't remember the last Dev Clash we've ever had both Scotland and England involved. But we've got Offaloff there, and we've got our very own studio manager taking care of England. I didn't want to bring it up when you were saying like countries divvied based on skill, but what do you think's going to happen between these two, and perhaps even between England and France?
So what I understand is that England and Scotland are allied. I know.
Scotland the brave intensifying, but okay. But no, I spy an Aragon there as well. So we got England, Scotland, and Aragon, and Portugal, in fact. I wonder if this is some kind of counterbalance to the French-Castilian alliance, which in multiplayer is something that you tend not to like to see at all. When France and Castile are working together, that's
and
a big warning sign.
they're allied with Burgundy as well, as I said.
That's a very strong power here. But France is not all that they used to be these days. In fact, it's gone full circle, right?
Yeah.
So what's gone on with France? Give me the down low.
I mean, so you have them completely split up now with all of the vassals. And they also have a unique privilege. I think they start with. If you go, we have actually talked about it in the dev diary, so this is fine. We can go to the state screen. So if you go here, they should have one of these nobility privileges should be. French strong duchies, which lets them have all of these, but it also causes.
All right, so they're going to be less absolute if you want to keep these guys around. So towards the game, you're probably going to want to route out.
And it also does cause problems where, like, so if their nobility gets upset, they should be shown actually in the tooltip. So that's a bug, which I gotta fix. But like, it will make the vassals also upset.
Yeah, and they got to be careful with these liberty desires, because if the French army gets routed, these are all going to start getting up in arms. And if I recall well, there's also some events and missions and stuff to stir up anger within the French miners. So France wants to keep them in track, get them integrated, and get consolidated in their power. Right, I see war. Florence is involved, so give us a down low. What is happening here? This is the Austrian-Venetian excommunication war.
Yeah.
Oh, and straight away, we've got the Austrians fighting against Venetians, but the Venetians are holding strong. They're using the hills of Treviso here. There was even a river crossing working in their favor. So despite Austria bringing in their muckle might, it wasn't enough, and they're even getting besieged by silly.
Oh no, that's too silly.
Don't be silly, it's bad for you. Okay, and Jings, look at this, right? Venice and Florence are really isolated here. Right, to think that Aragon would get involved in this as well, you'd think this would be a case of let them be.
Is Aragon in the war as well?
Yeah, Aragon's involved.
I thought they were gonna go for Castile immediately.
Yeah,
like just try and get rid of that.
Okay, is this the biggest war that we were promised here? Because
no, there's an even bigger on the horizon.
Oh, exciting stuff. In terms of the flat numbers, right? Venice looks a bit. Well, it looks pretty bad.
Yeah,
for
but
Venice.
it's going to be hard for Aragon to actually get all of their... And Portugal is in the war as well. It's going to be hard for them to get all of their...
It would be a big risk for them to come over here. Duplo's saying, I'm looking for people to guarantee my independence. Who volunteers? We'll take a quick divergence to say that Duplo is playing as the Knights,
yes,
right?
Exactly.
And he has a plan. He's going to bring the Ottomans down on his own.
He's going to find Jerusalem is what he wants.
Is what I've imagined hearing. Okay, so Venice must be trying to figure out what to do here. I think Venice... As long as the Iberians don't come along, they'll have supremacy.
So that's why the Iberians joined, not to actually provide troops, but to just to provide
get
boats.
the navy in there so they don't have a free run onto their newly shaped Venice here. It's no longer just the wee blob, right? Venice has been reshaped. Yeah. Okay, so Venice must be thinking, what do I do now? They got a 133 general, but the Papal States is a pretty mighty force, and he's already sieging down Florence. And this has not given Florence the time that they would probably be wanting to use their incredible starting ruler. Demisi here with his 5 mil, if you focus on mil as well, and get the mil advisor, they're going all in for it. But still, getting the pike square, which is a huge initial technology. I don't think they'll have the time, but maybe. We'll see. Are they doing everything they can to keep them away? Oh, well, he's not using defensive edict, but...
It could be. But it's also now with... he seems to have sold given some land to the states, because he has the alert for low crown land. So if you go there... Oh, okay, so he's been handing out a bunch of privileges.
Yeah, so state land is shown here, and there's certain benefits to having... Certain benefits to strong states, but you kind of want to keep some crown land for yourself here, don't you? We'll see what they can do here, because this looks a little terrifying for Florence. Maybe people were terrified of having a Kaiser Johann.
That is probably it.
But then again, if they send him packing, you're just going to have a Kaiser Johann that kind of blots out the sun over here.
So what we will be doing is we will cluster when people respawn. So everyone respawns at the same time. And here we have the 100 Years' War.
Yeah, 100 Years' War is back up and running. It's the French reconquest of Labourd, so they're immediately sticking the knife into England.
Yep.
Well, are they going to get this easily enough? They have Castile joining in, no doubt. So who all is involved in here? So France are bringing in, obviously, their subjects, Burgundy, Castile. So many subjects. Provence as well. That's probably just an ally, though. Against England, Aragon, Morocco, Portugal. Okay, so maybe the Iberians are going to regret getting involved in this Italian nonsense, Because here we go, we have the Aragonese and the Castilians dueling it out. Now, Aragon starts with a terrific general from their ruler, Alfonso V, 434. But the Castilians proving superior here. It was a fight on the dry lands. Aragon might have thought to hold off for a mountainous fight.
A little war in Italy escalated into a war over all of Western Europe.
Doesn't sound feasible to me, right? Oh. Is there something that allows France to hold on to so many subjects without issue? Asks Spambuka in chat.
Yeah, but that was the privilege, right? It gives plus relations, if I remember correctly.
They have extra diplo relations for this, which will allow them to hold on to so many subjects.
Yep.
Okay, so Castile's feeling a bit of the burn here from Portugal and England. So interestingly, the English troops are down here. What is this war thing people speak of, says D-Note. So if I'm not mistaken, and I sometimes am, D-Note is down in Tunis. Now, there is no trade deal this man cannot do. No. We'll see how his merchants
There's no promise he's not willing to sell.
I'm interested in Tunis because they haven't allied Morocco. It might be that they try to angle an Ottoman alliance and keep that against Morocco, but Ottoman...
I think so, because they want to attack Mamluks eventually, right?
Most likely. All right, Aragon's back in it for the fighting, but there we go, Morocco, Portugal...
Oh, no, it's Holland, right?
Pouring on... Yeah.
I thought it was Scotland for a second.
Oh, well... One wonders what the Scots are up to right now. This strikes me as a bit of overkill, but, you know, Aragon just got slapped by Castile, so they need every bit of self-esteem grinding that they can in the battlefield. What are the Scots up to?
Are they actually in a war? Nothing.
This is the trouble with Scotland, right? They're actually in the war with France, but I think England might remember this if they don't pull any weight.
And it seems like Italy has reached peace?
Yeah, Italy's come to an agreement here. Florence are maintaining their alliance with Genoa and Venice, and they all seem relatively intact.
Did they just wipe peace? No. Urbino got one province from Venice, right?
Let's see. No, it's still Venetian. They'll check the truce time. If it's longer than 5 years, then we will. Who would it have been against? Okay, that looks like a white piece to me.
Oh, wow.
Why would such a thing happen? Did somebody else get involved?
Yeah.
Right. Is there anybody unusual that's in this treaty? No?
Well, no, they start with a truce with Ottomans from history, right?
But I don't know, maybe, you know, Hungary and perhaps Bohemia went, less of that now, or we're going to crush you.
Well, also, a lot of people noticed in our store page, we have the Hussites, which, how is the spread on them for, if you go to religious map mode?
Let's have a look-see here. Map modes are not how I normally have them. How can this be? Alright, we'll do this manually for now. That is political, religious. What is this, Groovy?
It's a new religion, which we will talk more about at some point.
But like, okay. But you're teasing me here, man. Yeah. Teasing is normally my job.
It's, you know, the Hussites are cool. Like any religion where you throw people out a window is cool, in my opinion.
Pretty cool. So, you know, okay, apparently we can't touch on this more, but
we can't see much until he becomes...
Okay, but
so maybe
you know
we
if
should...
he will?
Yeah, maybe we should do a promise, like, if he becomes...
Okay, we'll go in-depth into this if we have a Hussite Bohemia.
Yeah.
And trust me, the players in the game are very open to soft power from the viewers. Yeah. So just send that to Bohemia's way. Who is Bohemia? It's the French Paradox. Yeah. And what an opening he had on the player profiles. So if you like Hussites and want to know more, you know where to find him.
Exactly.
Okay, war is still going on though with the French. They are not yet taking Caen, but they're working on it. I think it's Iberia that's oddly enough feeling the brunt of this war. Castile maybe slightly regretted getting involved. Look at the French. The French are like, we're with you every step of the way, just not every step forward. So poor Toledo is down, and if La Mancha falls, that's the gold income stripped away.
There we go.
My, and Castile.
And now Portugal gets that money.
It's not looking so hot for Castile.
Let's look at
now.
Casualties in this war.
So who's been burning? Because we can see this.
Yeah.
Right, so the side of the attackers, they've lost the majority here, and that's quite a few Castile. You don't want to lose 8,000 men early on in the game, right? Look at that, the manpower is burnt already.
And you can't. Have they bought any mercenaries?
Yeah, that was going to be a segue. It's like, I'm out of manpower. What do I do in 130? It's like, well, maybe, just maybe. You can click on the right tab. You could get one of the mercenary companies.
Exactly.
This has been spruced up since I last saw
with
it.
a lot of changes, a lot of balance changes. We can see how many mercenaries they bought if we go into the military screen.
We'll just see how the battle goes first here, because he's fighting against Sus, which tells me they're coming all the way from the south here. Castile's holding strong though. It doesn't appear that anybody's made their way to military tech 4 just yet.
Oh, Jan Hus knew the truth.
Jan, okay, so I think the French paradox knows the game he's playing here.
Yeah, exactly. Well, which is not gonna make the Pope happy, of course.
We're being asked about Iberian missions to see if anybody's gotten any claims yet. It doesn't look like Castile have gone through any.
Nope.
Neither with Aragon. I mean, English alliance is strong for them, but they got competitive advantage here. But maybe Portugal have their designs on Castile already. We'll see.
I mean, they've been promised. I know they've been promised land.
Okay, but the question is, who does the promises? Right, Daniel promised me many things in the dev clashes gone by, but oh me, oh my. We were talking about mercenaries though. Where can we go to see if Castile have actually got them?
If you go to the military screen, right? And then you hover over infantry, the number.
Okay, so they have not yet brought out any mercenaries then.
No.
Oh no.
Oh yeah, we have that one. We need to update that art because that's code art.
Nonsense, right? Shipping coder art is the most fundamental thing. Like the quality of life stuff's gonna creep up. We'll point it out whenever it comes across.
Yeah.
You'll point it out because I've not checked it out for a wee while now. Righto. It's looking promising for the French. It's not looking so promising for the Iberians. It's early days yet, but how do you think this will go down?
I mean, the problem is that the Iberians have to grind through Castile and France. But they're kind of like in a... Like, how much manpower does Aragon have, for instance? He's probably the big powerhouse of these alliances.
He's chunked out on it.
Exactly. So, and they need to keep sieging stuff. So I don't know how long they can keep going.
Yeah, it looks like they'll burn out at this rate because the French still have manpower. They still have their armies, and
they have their vassals.
They could just chuck their vassals at the sieges and go, "You deal with this."
It's not that they have Burgundy as well, but I don't know if Burgundy's in the war.
Burgundy is in the war. What I'd like to know is where's the Burgundian army?
He's coming.
He's on his way. Oh man, that French 4413 general. It's like Jean Bureau has carried so many people's French campaigns in the early game. Mechty me. Is Burgundy also a fief of France? I mean, Burgundy is as independent as they go.
Yeah,
they enjoy their own subjects.
But they are a little bit more integrated to France, I guess, through the Burgundian inheritance now, because there's more options on what can happen. So it will be interesting to see.
Have we talked more about?
We haven't talked about the imperial incidents yet.
Okay.
But like we're gonna have to do that when it happens in the game. Actually, pull up the HRE screen.
What happened here? Let's check out the HRE screen. What is this?
So yeah, there's no imperial incident yet. So when one comes, we'll talk about it. I think that's fair.
There we go.
And what I know is Hungary wants to join the empire, so that's probably
why he sold these lands so he could be small enough. And now if we go to Pest is part of the HRE. He's not the only one that came to me saying that their game plan was HRE. I don't want to draw attention on this war because big stuff is happening, but eventually we'll have to check out other areas like central northern Germany and the Scandinavians.
This is over 100k people fighting.
Yeah, Jinx, all over Toledo.
Yeah.
And I think Toledo's gonna fall here. There we go. Aragon must be just pretty beside himself here.
Oh wow.
Okay, it's a bad day to be Castile. Who's our Castile player here? It's Servan. I've never gotten his name right in my life, but Servancourt. Servancourt getting ripped to shreds here by his Iberian friends. Here comes Burgundy, right? The Burgundians have arrived.
He's coming a little bit late.
But I think, too little, much too late, and for that, I'm sorry.
And there's the English army as well.
Sorry, our viewers from Madrid, but it's already a holiday home for English people who are going on vacation. It's a few hundred years too early, but it's going down. There's a question about Croatia. Shouldn't they be a thing? So Croatia...
Oh, they must have integrated them.
Yeah, they got that done fast, though.
Yeah, I wonder how they did
Actually,
that.
very fast. Did Hungary have cores and not have a truce with them? I'm actually curious how they got that fast.
Right, I'm actually gonna ask
Croatia starts there on the map, right?
Yeah, it does.
I've heard good stories about how that flag was made, so I've got a newfound respect for Croatia. Unfortunately, Hungary does not and decided to eat them up. Okay, we're asking for sound effects back again. Okay,
okay.
We can oblige.
Oh,
Just in time! Okay.
Timing.
That was a serendipitous duck. What is going on? Austria just got called to arms.
So they're attacking Milan, I
Was it
guess?
Austria? Something was going on with Milan. So MLO, give us the down low. Okay, it's the revenge of Venice. What's going on here? So Milan, the Genoese conquest of Parma.
Oh, no, there we go.
Oh, here we go.
Papal
Here come the
States.
friends. Milan, Papal States, Savoy. So Genoa, together with Venice, are trying to cleave through Milan. And I don't blame them, right? Genoa, you know, there were lots of people in Italy, they're nations. Lots of nations in Italy benefited from 130. Genoa, probably not one of them. They didn't really get much extra on the map, so he's got to strike out and get what he can.
And they're also a merchant republic, so they don't get the new estates or anything like that.
Yeah, so Genoa's got to carve out their own life here. It's not like Venice, who, what do they get? They got more provinces here. They got umpteen around here. They even took glorious Montenegro's coastline. But Genoa's going to have to strike out for what they got, and they're trying to get Parma, which has just recently been taken, I think. Oh no, that's a culture conversion. Never mind me then. So how's this going to go down then? What are the numbers looking like? Milan has the immediate advantage. Of course, they're bringing in the Pope Man, but Pope Man isn't getting involved. He's just chilling.
Or
Maybe checking out the realm. Oh well, we'll see. All right, so big wars already. We still haven't got to Germany
but
or
all
the
of Castile
Scandinavians.
is now run over.
Okay. Oh wow, Castile. Castile's feeling the burn here. Castile is in debt. Castile is hemorrhaging money. No manpower. War exhaustion's high, and the gold mine's down.
I mean, if I were Castile, I would just like, hey, just separate piece me out, please.
Yeah, but it's a bit dangerous to say goodbye to your allies like that. Okay, they're going in. They are going in. This is where it really comes together. There's a lot of nations involved here, and being able to work together with them is vital.
I mean, I'm surprised that the Brits are even helpful.
Excuse me. Can I hear that again? But yeah,
Perfidious Albion is actually helping out.
Yeah, they actually, you know, it's not just, oh, I have some heavies maybe.
Yeah.
It's like, here's my army, you might want them. And that's good, because early game England do have some good generals.
Oh yeah, they're one of the great powers at the start of the game, aren't they?
Yeah, I believe so.
I almost said Minka.
There we go. Oh. Were we allowed to show what was there?
Yeah, Hegemon we have talked about. That's
okay.
fine. There's new stuff. Like we are not gonna be able to get through.
I mean, if we tried to hide things, it would just be like the giant oil tanker leaking things everywhere.
Yeah.
Okay, this is coming down to the wire. It's all going to be down to morale here. Oh, but we have reinforcements from the French miners, and that was enough to tip it.
Oh, wow.
Castile has seized onto that one lifeline, but it's hair thin.
So
they got it.
Are they recruiting mercenaries yet? Like, because they really should.
Do they have the
Because the mercenaries are better than normal troops at this. We just take some loans.
Yeah.
Loans is just a number.
Yeah, well, some people tend to think otherwise, but who knows? Not only that, but some of them.
And then you make your
own.
enemy pay back your loans.
Some of them have their own generals as well.
Yeah.
So if you see someone coming up that's really good, or if they have their own effects going on, you might go, oh man, these guys are going to be sieging a lot, so we need a lot less attrition. For example,
yeah, exactly.
Castile's going to have to do a lot of re-sieging at this rate, but all in due time. But the thing is, the French homelands here, they can dedicate all their armies down there because they don't appear to be under threat at all. There's no human players that are preying on them.
I mean, if I was Cologne, I would be scared. Well, I am Cologne, I guess.
You are Cologne, and you probably are scared.
Yeah.
I don't think your alliance with Dortmund is going to see you through the darkest hours.
I told him blob.
What are your instructions? Blob like your heart depends on it. It's like, okay, I got the alliance you asked for. Okay.
And I also wanted to turn into a monastic order. But yeah. Do mercenaries have unit types of the region that hires them, or if the region they come from? They are the region they come from. I don't have the code in front of me, so I'm trying to go through in my head. I think it is for where it come from. I think
question will be remembered for next time.
Yeah, I wrote it in the dev diary. I do remember that, but I don't remember what the answer was.
Hold him accountable to what he has written, not what he has said. Oh me, oh my.
Automatic integration when I briefly became a PU under Austria to join the HRE.
Oh, of course, there's an event chain. There's an event chain for wiping out Croatia there by integration. So what we know now is that Hungary and Austria are in close cahoots. So we probably won't see an Austria-Hungary by conquest here.
Nope.
Speaking of by conquest, this is going smoother than I'd anticipated here, right? Venice
And I'm not
Genoa
seeing
and Florence. They shouldn't have left Florence alive if they didn't want this.
I'm wondering, why did they white peace?
Yeah, well, hopefully we can get people up to explain that further, especially master of the puppetry strings, Wizington himself. So okay. Right, the war seemed... Okay, the war's turning around now, though.
Yeah?
I was hoping to go, like, everything's simmering down, we'll check out other places. But no, they're back up
they're
and at it.
actually pushing them back.
Granada is offering us a loan. It's like, thank you, Moors. I couldn't have done it without you. Right, it's time for the comeback. And I think by this time, it's been a few years, so those with heavy... Toledo fell just in time for the French. And they're coming in at staggering times. The front
and they need to consolidate their armies.
I think the French are going to clean up here. Then again, there are a lot of Englishmen willing to die for a holiday home in Toledo, so we'll...
for that goal... No, La Mancha is the goal man, right?
Look at them pouring in, right? Ooh. It's good to consolidate, but early game, there's a lot of strength to be had from those subjects, and they are pouring it in. And each of them have their own individual manpower pools, so France isn't even exhausted yet.
No, they were 7k last I checked. Yeah, so they're actually gaining quite a lot of manpower.
They're doing okay. They're doing not too bad.
The ledger is limited.
But we should be able to see the ledger. I think we can see whatever we want here.
Or I'll fix that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we can. Nice.
Right. Because we put it in for hosts, because we were getting a lot of, we want to see, but we don't want people to see.
Yeah.
But the glorious casting community.
Like the eye in the sky. We can see everything.
I'm thinking Sauron, but okay. Right, again, it's coming down to the wire, but it looks like the French are the one. I did not see that coming. I honestly thought all those French reinforcements would have spelt disaster for the defenders
how much
here.
garrison is there in Toledo? Because... not much.
Yeah, but we're not in the age of cannon yet, so we can't exactly blow that down. Right, I'm curious about technology here. Has anybody reached out for Miltech 4? It doesn't look like it. We're all even Stevens. I would have really thought that by now Florence would have gunned it down, but maybe they invested there. Oh, no, they are on the cusp.
Yeah.
Right. The moment when Florence hits that button, they're going to have the most cutting edge technology in Europe, and they will be able to run down whoever they want. They could probably corner the Pope with it. Then again, the Pope's got his big friends.
It's been so many wars, but it's still not even 50.
Yeah,
1450. It's
can't catch a break here, but it's only been...
And Austria is trying to help Milan.
Okay, again Venice is in fight. He's probably going like, please leave me alone. I just want to trade.
But why are they taking this super bad fight in this terrain?
Yeah, Treviso's been a real champ here.
Yeah.
That fort is saving them.
Treviso has killed more people than the Venetians themselves.
We might have some If you're from Venice and tuning in now, we fully endorse your armed forces, right? But
I don't think Venice is an independent country these days.
In my head, right?
In your head.
In my head, Venice is still a nation. Are the Ottomans an AI? Yes, they are.
Every big country to the east is
We can see here, like, this is the extent of the player map mode. And as I said, sorry to the Scandinavians out there and in here that we haven't yet covered your home ground, but we'll get there. Yeah. It's just your fault for not bringing the fight.
Yeah.
We always reward those who bring the fight in the dev clashes, and right now, that's Iberia, that is Gaul, and that's those Italians. Those crazy Italians. We're back and forthing once again, and the Scots are charging in.
Yeah, the Scots have come to
Even
help.
the Scots can have a holiday in Toledo.
They've come to help the Brits to keep their stuff.
Yeah, I mean, God knows why. They're just kind of burning attrition there, but I guess they need the numbers right now. Everybody else is tapped out. At least Scotland still have manpower to throw at a problem.
Not that much, though.
Oh, but England are now enjoying some pretender rebels. They're just pretending. There's Scotland protecting London. Traitors to the homeland! I'm going to have words with Ofolof. They're going to be words like ach and I and ach no, but we'll see when I get them later.
Aye, laddie!
Maybe not those words. Right, however it ends up, I mean, Castile is burning from this. They've been set back just a bit. That war exhaustion is going to take some time to chip away at. I think they have been. Like, they're out of Diplo, so I think they've been
they have
pounding away
probably
at
been...
Why is Scotland helping, says Quertius. Probably because if Scotland doesn't help England, England is going to help themselves to Scotland.
Yeah.
But we'll see what happens.
My guess is he's gonna be gunning for America.
Right, there is war going on up north. Let nobody say that the Danes...
Versus Livonian Order.
Yeah. Oh, this could go down to the wire, you know. Norway, Sweden, and Denmark against Estonians and Latvians.
And Teutonic Order.
Okay, yeah, Teutonics also at war with Livonian Order.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's poor. Is a programming manager has never played the game before, and he just like, oh, I want to join. It's Dev Clash sounds like so much fun. I was like, oh, I feel so sorry for you. This is gonna be a rough experience.
And Toledo's the one getting the rough experience here, but the French and the Iberians are pouring in once more, but they've got their defense stacked up already. Looks like, other than some of those Moroccan troops, everybody's consolidated together. Again, though, those French generals are a bit dangerous. What do the defenders actually... Oh man, it's James Stewart! James Stewart himself has come down to Toledo to command the defense. Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
Yeah, the military tactics on the French side. So one of the French sides have really upped their game.
Ooh, this has turned around.
That has really turned it around. I would expect Aragon to bring the same. Yes, Aragon is jumping in with their own advanced tactics, but it might be too little and too late. There's been a lot.
Yeah, and most of the Aragonese is in the back line. Yeah. Now they're coming to the front.
They're coming in, but the morale is already being squished.
And he's rolling zeros.
Who's the purple one coming in?
Naples.
Oh, ooh, wow, the Neapolitans getting involved. Oh, there's
Who's
still
the white ones?
The white one will be Agdir, of course.
Sus.
Oh yes, all these nations. Well, I mean, I gotta hand it to Morocco, right? They are surely wanting to have Castile be less of a threat.
It's so... That became a lot closer than it should have been.
Yeah, well, Alfonso, I think if Alfonso had been there in the front line from earlier, that would have been it. But who on the French side got milled? Oh, what, France themselves?
Yeah.
Well, Charles de Valois is pulling his weight there.
And we're seeing a lot more leaders being monarchs because we changed how the death is calculated. So it's not as sure of a like, oh, they will almost instantly die because they have 2 death chances.
That was one of the things that was never really that clear in the game now, but like I think we put...
I put age as well.
Yeah, okay, I didn't want to say it until I checked it there, but ages will be put on. Because you know what it's like when you have like 5 generals and you're like, oh, one of them's going to die soon, I should get rid of him, but which one?
Yeah.
But now, you know, we know that Alvaro de Luna here is 42, and this guy's 23, so although this guy's obviously much better, probably going to die earlier. Yeah. So
he's going to have a higher death chance every battle you go into, based on his age.
La Mancha will maybe soon finally be back in Castilian control. It's being reverted. And then, of course, the Burgundian. Well, hang on. Oh, God, they got unlucky. They lost...
they sided with France, I think.
Yeah, there we go. Wait, no, D'Avi is Portuguese.
Oh!
What is going on here?
So we're not gonna have the Burgundian...
it's a regency.
Oh, it's regency for Charles, yeah.
There we go.
Yes, it's, that makes sense.
I was like, how did Portuguese get involved?
And there we go.
There we go. Oh,
and we're probably, in a few years, we're gonna see Mary, and then we're gonna see, which side do Burgundy pick? Probably the French side.
Probably. Okay, right, Milan's feeling a bit gunned down. Switzerland have probably made some poor life choices here with their alliance with Savoy. They're under, I was going to say almost complete, but it is complete because the border's been redrawn here.
What is he doing? That's Starnan. What is he doing?
I don't know. I heard tale that he'd gone around plotting.
Yeah.
Perhaps plotting in a way that...
He was planning of doing similar to what we did in the Grandest Land. Mercenary Switzerland.
Good times.
Yeah.
Why are there mercenaries on my capital as well? It's like, just pay us and we'll go away. Good grief. Okay, so things are starting to look up for Castile and France. The fact that France here was completely untouched during the war worked out miracles for them.
Yep.
So Castile, you said earlier maybe Castile should cut their losses, but France will have to remember this.
Yeah.
Remember that Castile bled for them. It means that when it comes to who gets what, Castile deserves a bit more of the pie. Well, we'll see. How trustworthy is Alex Ivan in France?
Yeah, he performed way better than expected, actually. And he's a good player, but
he is a good player, and he loves the game.
Yeah.
He plays it quite a bit, even in his downtime.
He's also the guy that made Hotjoin actually work for EU4.
Yes. It will only take a few weeks, right?
Yeah. It will only take a few weeks. I was like, Okay.
Okay.
But
He
if you want to root for someone, you should root for him.
If Functional Hot Join has aided your life in any way, you should be rooting for France, right? Just cast all your feelings aside and think about that. Of course, if it hasn't benefited you, you can be as biased against France as you want, or if it hasn't worked for you. Okay.
I mean, I'm literally sitting these days and fixing out of syncs with Hot Joins.
Good times. Good times.
Like I said, this build was made like yesterday.
It feels good to pull it fresh out of the oven. Yeah. But you know, that's part of what we do. We accept that when we do these dev clashes, right, things can and will go wrong, and that's all part of the cycle.
And you will probably see values change, maybe, you know, depending on what we see here. That's also like I should be playing as well. So I also get to like feel when someone uses something unfair against me, so I can fix it.
Yeah, but I mean, then you wouldn't have this raucous cologne with their good training. Good training for the fights to come.
But he hasn't conquered anything.
He's getting there, right? You know those claims.
Let's have a look. Does he have any vessels? Maybe that's what he did. Because my opening move, no. Go on.
Playing the long
expand.
Game. Oh. And offer like Norway are offering their condottieri to them for some reason. Maybe I was looking at the wrong war. Yeah. All right, Denmark, although they appear to be a bit under siege from Bremen and Novgorod. Question mark. The Danish conquest
Sweden and Denmark conquering Novgorod.
Yeah. Also, the Danes have lost their subjects, but they've re-allied with Sweden, not with Norway. Maybe Norway's striking out alone. But this is what I was told. They would just give them freedom in exchange for not killing each other. And I said, well, I personally, I'd rather just, you know, drag them into wars that they hate to be in, but that can backfire too. All right, Castile is almost entirely liberated. Are there any forts left to retake? No, it's just...
Do they have a deal where they don't enter Aragon? Or, well, they have gone into Portugal's land.
Well, Aragon is the biggest threat here since he's the ones at military
and
tech 4.
He has 0 morale. Did he just tech up?
Don't know what he's up to. Maybe he has hired a company. There we go. Oh. Independent company. And
so they don't have any bonuses.
Yeah, but one thing that the mercs do have is their own manpower pool, which can be a lifesaver when your own one is a little bit tapped. So how does the manpower work then? What does this default to? How can you?
All right, so it is your amount of troops times 2. Is what it defaults to, and then you can have modifiers that makes it bigger and smaller.
So we got 16k here, so it's double that as the manpower base.
And actually, based on feedback from people, we have removed the cooldown, which we haven't talked about yet, but now you get to see it. We removed the cooldown for mercenaries, so if you look on the manpower, you see that they are recovering manpower as well. So they will slowly recover manpower, and then when you have them disbanded, you can't recruit them again until they have max manpower, and then it goes a lot faster for them while they're not recruited to recover their manpower.
So that way, you know, it feels less of an arbitrary cutoff and more like, oh, of course the unit has to replenish their numbers, right?
Yep. And that was also like done last week.
All right, speaking of done, Portugal isn't feeling too good. Lisboa is the host of a battle.
Scotland is trying to defend them. Is that Norway?
Yeah. Remember we saw those Norwegian condottieri? It's like, don't you want some help here? Well, the Norwegians, the natural enemy of the Portuguese, have come down to see that Lisboa pays what's due. Good grief. Somebody else was pointing out it's death of monarchs today because glorious Alfonso is dead, and who is ruling Aragon but a Lancaster? It's a hell of a Lancaster bomber
King
we have there,
though, right?
Lancaster. I'd be bringing in Lancasters if they have stats like that.
Oh, I would make him into a leader. Has he?
Has he? Yes. Yeah. He's a bit fast. Otherwise, he's good for this early point in the game. But when you have the likes of France and England with their generals, that's scary stuff. While you Europeans are busy with your petty wars, Ottomans started already eating parts of the Balkans. I want to remind you of the responsibilities you have, says Duplo in the Night. Whilst the Ottomans are gunning down, who are they gunning down? Serbia, Byzantium, but not glorious Epirus, who are bravely dying to Byzantium.
Wait, are they allied with?
No.
No, they attacked.
Byzantium attacked Epirus. Ottomans attacked Byzantium. So this could work out really well for Epirus. So glad Epirus got added. They were like the nightmare nation of EU3. You couldn't do anything with them.
And that's why you're happy they got added?
I just like the challenge there. Okay, so now the Neapolitans appear to be the last line of defense for the defenders here. Again,
No,
though,
it's mostly in Aragonese, I think, on the
but
front.
you
now.
look at the flag that's flying and you say it must be Naples.
Oh, and they're actually winning this battle.
Yeah, and here come the Scots.
The Scots defending the Aragonese for their rightful clay in Spain.
Well, I mean, they're close enough to something that looks like a highland here. So on they go, and they're actually routing the French. Might be a little too
Well, there's only 3 regiments left on the front. Oh, it's so close.
Those
A 0 and a 9.
French are down to it.
There
They're
you go.
out. There we go.
Oh, wow.
So who's actually contributing in this war, right? Maybe we could find out who's been pulling their weight.
Yeah.
France, Burgundy, to be fair, Castile's been burning for it all. But on the defender side, and let's not forget this is a French war of aggression.
Against England.
Against England. The English, the Aragonese, the Portuguese, all pulling their might. Morocco, even Scotland's bringing in 10%. Yeah. So I'd say pretty fit. You know, everyone's doing. It's not a case of my allies are getting burned. Time to step back and go. Oh, not my problem, because that can burn you in a death clash, right? People look at you and go,
people
you
don't
won't
trust
help.
you.
Yeah, exactly. Trust is so important. And although we try not to let it happen too much, it does bleed over between campaigns.
How's the war in Italy going?
Which one? There are plenty wars
it's
in
still
England,
the same.
but
So they're
it's same going on here. Milan's still burning. I don't know what the Pope's getting out of this. I mean,
probably just preventing Florence from growing. That's probably the worry, right?
Yeah.
Oh wait, Florence is not in the war.
Or weren't? No, they're not.
No, he's not.
Aww.
Oh no, we were looking at the wrong side. He is. We were just looking on the wrong side. There he is.
There we go. Genoa, Venice, and Florence.
Sorry.
Good old Naxos, of course.
Actually, Genoa is Björn B, and I wonder if he actually consulted his allies before doing the war, or if he just dragged them in.
When you ally Björn B in an EU4 dev clash, right, you're just rolling the dice, and there's only ones on that dice, right? So you just hope it doesn't get rolled too often.
Yeah.
Okay, Duplo must be worried about the Ottomans there. Things are burning, and Aragon do not want to be spending the time fighting rebels here. Like, they're even backing away, going, not worth it, not worth it. But still, whilst all this burns, it gives everyone else a chance to prosper, dare I say. Right. I know the war's ongoing, but let's actually look at what's happening in Germany and up to the north of Scandinavia.
Bohemia's expanding.
Yeah, Bohemia's doing all right.
He seems to be trying to cut. Like he's taking the.
What is this?
Oh, he has converted. I guess I made a promise.
This? There we go.
Yeah.
He fancied those Hussites, and he got those Hussites. Hussites have a whole lot of stuff going on. But have we talked about it before?
No, we haven't.
Then we can talk about it in the future.
Well, I kind of promised that we would. I mean, we will have a
There'll be plenty of time.
We will have a proper dev diary.
Just let it be known that yes, Hussite is a full-on religion that you can become, and how Bohemia plays or how you play Bohemia will weigh into that.
And
we gotta leave some.
All I can say, they have I will say this one thing: they have a church aspect, which is literally regular defenestration, and I think this is important. You make it part of your church that you should throw people out the window. I like that.
There's some Hussite pride in you yet. Saxony's just taking it easy. Brandenburg have grown a bit, right? I don't recall them always having all this. Okay, so they're gunning their way up north. Now, how about the Danes? I know that they want the Lübeck node, but I also know that Lübeck is a player. Yeah. Right? Who's actually... Oh, Fogmoth is over there in Lübeck.
Yeah. He hasn't expanded at all. Who is he allied with?
Lübeck?
Yeah.
The Danes. So they've come to an agreement, which is interesting because the Lübeck node's a pretty big one, and it stretches into his former subjects as well. Otherwise, it looks like Wallachia was subjugated by Hungary.
Oh no, Brunswick is killing Cologne.
Killing is maybe overstating it. No, they're killing them.
No. Oh well, I guess I'll get a new country.